everybody. Welcome to your fork in the road, where you will decide by the end of this video. Let me just do that real quick. Where you will decide by the end of this video if you are ready to go on this journey for yourself with us to benefit you indefinitely. Our last video we spoke about projection, and to me that is a great start. That's where everything lies, especially as an adult. So just to kind of pick up where we left off and use projection as a building block, let's talk about insecurities. Something we all have, something we go through different times of the day, week, month, year. It happens at some point in life, right? It's all about how you channel that energy so that your insecurities are not that easy to identify. By the end of this video, you will be able to identify your insecurities and what makes you feel that way. So in our last video, I spoke about how you can identify your insecurities, ways to be able to notice and check yourself and be like, oh, all right, this is what causes me this is how I feel, and this is what I need to do to remedy that. If you have not seen our projection video, I strongly encourage you to watch it. I will include it somewhere in this video so that you can click on it, because that is important in order to discuss insecurities. So now with insecurities, the same thing that I may be insecure about, everyone under the sound of my voice may not be insecure about. Or they may look at me and say, well, why is she insecure about that? That is perfect, or whatever the case. But none of that matters. Everything matters about how you feel and what's in your spirit and your soul, right? So insecurities are defined as someone, in a nutshell, someone who is not confident. Now, let's use Rona as an example. These past what was it? It was around March of last year. So these 18 months or so that we have been quarantined and reluctantly getting to know the true us, right? This time period has made or broke us. For some people, the worst of their inner child has emerged. If that is you, it is never too late to change that. You just first have to acknowledge that this is who you are. Why are you that way? What is it about that temporary gratification that makes you do those things? If you don't know, you can skip that step and we should be in contact, because I can really help you. But then you have to get to what would make you feel better. Is it exercising? Is it music? Is it talking to other people? You really have to get to the bottom, to the nitty gritty, I like to call it, right? So with insecurities, and knowing that we all have them, there's not a human being walking this earth that is not insecure about something. That is non-existent. We all have our free will. We all have our own thoughts where we think about different things all day, every day. We're able to multitask with our thinking, meaning we could be doing one thing and thinking about something else. That happens quite often. In instances like that, you really want to stay away from things that will trigger your mind to think negatively, what I like to call dangerous thoughts. Anything that does not make you content or happy is dangerous in my eyes. I'm a very polarized person, so it's one way or the other. And if it doesn't serve me, it's not for me. We have to get that way. We have to have that militant way of thinking in order to sustain our karma and to just keep ourselves afloat. That's the bottom line. This time period, Rona has motivated people to do good or bad, positive or negative. They went up or they went down. If you are going up, great, congratulations. You can always go further. If you are going down, sorry to hear that. You can always go up. It's all a matter of your free will, right? So let's break this down. An insecurity can be anything in the world that someone doesn't feel is up to whatever standard they've concocted in their heads. And let's do a little sidebar real quick, because years ago in a video I was saying, like, we have these stigmas that we're trying to fight against. We have these stereotypes that we fall privy to, either because that's what someone is thinking about us or because that's what we're thinking about someone else. Like, looking at me, my tattoos and such, having conversations on something more than a topic that's angry, violent, ghetto. Let's call it what it is, ghetto. That's the word heavily relied on. I am the opposite of a lot of the stereotypes. Another one, a big one that irks my skin, is being disabled, having a disability. Because I don't look the way many perceive a disability in their minds, I don't need help. What I'm going through doesn't matter. Don't be that person, by the way. But these are just some of the stereotypes that I have to live with. And I know everybody under the sound of my voice has to live with them too. The sooner you not judge other people based on a stereotype that may or may not be true, the sooner you will sustain better karma. I promise you that. Now, getting back to the point I was making with insecurities, we have this belief of what is pretty, funny. Well, funny, let's put that to the side. What is pretty, what is intelligent, right? What I was just talking about, sexy, and so forth, right? The question we all have to ask ourselves is, who made those rules? Who said women were supposed to wear their hair down and males wore a shortcut? Who said women were not to wear pants like men? Who made these rules? The point I'm making is, you can't live by rules that you may not even agree with. As long as you are the best person you can be, that's all that is asked for, while following, of course, rules that you have to follow in life, work, so forth. So in keeping that in mind and always remembering the fact that your beauty comes from within, and how you may feel about something doesn't necessarily mean that's how someone else may feel. And also, what are you basing your opinion on? Are you basing it on society, social media, your friends, your family? Or are you basing it on yourself, truly basing it on yourself? We're gonna have a whole nother video on masks, because that is also as important as our projection video and this video on insecurities. So now, with knowing that you have your own style, you are your own person, you like what you like, you don't like what you don't like. Once you come to that realization, your insecurity may go away, because you may have previously been insecure for something that you know you like or you love. So if it's something you truly like or truly love, it won't be an insecurity for you, because you love it unconditionally. We're not talking about conditional love. That's not what we do around these parts. So we're not even going to entertain it vocally, right? So now, with that in mind, knowing that you have your own flavor going on, you your own person, you like what you like, you don't like what's popular, or you like what's popular but you like to spin it, whatever it is for you. Once you come to that realization, you are likely to not have the same insecurities. Now, there are certain emotions we as humans have to go through. Insecurity is one of them. The goal of resolving your insecurities is to better your karmic cycle. And I apologize, my ghosty is going off right now. Let me try to stay focused. So, like I was saying, the sooner you come to the realization where you acknowledge the insecurities you have, why you have them, what you can do to make that different, if anything, you may not have the same insecurities you once had. And I was also trying to explain, and I don't even know if I want to get that deep into that right now, but there are certain emotions we as humans just have to go through. That's just what it is. But we have to figure out how to go through those emotions using the most effective response possible. Because remember, everything you do is like a mirror that boomerangs back to you. Not only are you getting it back, but it's a representation of who you are. Even though everybody may not know all you have said or done, they know. And that's most important. Nothing else matters. It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what you think. It matters what's stored up there. You can't hide from that. So everything you do can be seen. You want to make sure you do as good as possible, as positive and as loving as possible. Otherwise, you will suffer the consequences. That's just what it is. So in being insecure now, in closing, remember, once you acknowledge those insecurities and you figure out why it makes you insecure and what you can do to get you up out of that situation, do that. Do the latter. Do it as often as you can. The continued habit you are now making, the continued behavior you are now doing will become a habit. I promise you. I promise you. I know it to be true that it can change your way of thinking if you constantly say it to yourself. It serves as reinforcement, reminder, whatever you want to say. It is positive reinforcement. So if you look at yourselves every day, I am beautiful. Say it 3 times even. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. I am beautiful. And so it is. Now, so it is. Right? I love y'all. I'll be back soon as something touches my spirit again. But let's acknowledge these insecurities and figure out how we can move forward. We can't be walking around with our heads twisted backwards. That has to stop. We can't live today in 2021 with a mindset you had years ago. It's time to elevate. I love y'all. Thank you for watching, listening. I'll see y'all soon. Oh, I almost forgot something. Let's pick a little card real quick on the go out. I'm gonna just pick anything randomly. I don't know if you can see. I gotta hurry up. I'm gonna just pick something on the go out, anything. This card just came out, so let's see what's up. Let's see what our message is. With all we just discussed, let's see now what loving message you give. The Hermit. That's a Virgo card. So for people who don't know about these cards, they are just imagery I love examining and applying to my everyday life. And now everything that is said that you hear me vocalize means you are under the sound of my voice. This is going to be life-changing. I can promise you that. So now in this, I'm just going to say real quick, we see somebody sitting. She has both her knees up. Looks like she's just looking out into the atmosphere. She is sitting on top of, she's sitting at the top of, I don't know if that's a mountain or what it is, but it's lit up in the direction she's sitting, and there's an aura around her. Now, didn't I just say this in the last video? So the universe is trying to tell you, you are that. This is your aura. Huh? Dream big. Let's do this thing. Time waits for no man. No time to be playing games out here. You heard? See you soon. Namaste, y'all.